Yes, I know. I am late, but it wasn't my... Everything's your fault in life. Remember that. Everything's your fault in life. My keyboard's been malfunctioning. Last night was acting funny, forgot about it. Last night woke up acting funny. Open up, put new batteries in it. It's a wireless Bluetooth keyboard, Microsoft. The X has always been a little funny. This keyboard, when you hit this button, sometimes it works. Like you have to slam on it. I'm going to send it back. This thing never worked properly. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with it. Thing's a piece of garbage. I'll tell you that. So, anyway, stops working out of nowhere. I'm about to hit, like, literally press go live stream. Stops working. I'm like, what? What's going on? I have a new little Bluetooth one. I put that out. I'm hitting pair. I can't get it paired. I slap a Apple one on. It's there, but, like, it's like the delete buttons isn't the same. I can't see. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there, 3 keyboards all around me. My wife gives me batteries. I'm like, I'm in a towel. And yeah. So that's my morning. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Let's get back into it. Let's get it moving. So my momentum's already been kind of slashed, but I'm going to get it right back up. We're going to get that momentum back. We're going to roll with the punches. Babe, can I get some water? Please. I forgot. Can a man get some water? For Christ's sakes. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in and being a part of the live stream. You know, I've been working out lately, back on my grind, like hardcore. Like I'm talking like I'm going to be ripped. Ready for the summer. I'm going to look so diesel for the summer. You got to look beautiful in the summer so you can run around and just, I want to be 125 years old. I thought about that yesterday. I want to be 125 years old. Keyboard is malfunctioning. So, let's get into Bitcoin. Let's talk about what I see happening, what I did last night, and what we did as a team, and what's crack-a-lacking. Okay, so, here we go. You don't do damage? Huh? Where's my doing damage club? That's what I said. I didn't even say thank you. Thank you, my love. But where's my doing damage glass, though? It's a reality show. I'm trying to make you laugh. You guys know what it's like, me and BB. It's like, you know, it's like Crown and Elsa. It's the Sam and BB show. One day we'll have Crown on Elsa. We'll do like a couple interview. I'm going to ask him, can you get Elsa on the show? I want to talk about what it's like to live with a crypto trader. And she's going to be like, oh my God. And the girls will talk about like what a pain in the butt we are and all the things we do and how we're like, come to dinner. We're like, just one more trade, babe. Like, I told you to come to dinner 7 times. So look, inverted head and shoulder. Are we not there yet? I mean, boom, boom, boom. Bait, move to the upside. 68% chance. Did everybody see that happening? This was a cup and handle. It broke to the upside. We came down. We bounced off of beautiful support at 36,700. We came back up. We got rejected there. But as you can see, I'm seeing this as a cup and handle right here. That is very strong bullish divergence that occurred here. The 15-minute wanted to roll to the upside. The stochastics were there. Now, why did price flop? Someone's like, the market opened and the price flop. No. The 15-minute was high on the stochastics, my friends. I'm telling you, everyone wants to make the outside reasons why things are happening. It's all in the charts. You never have to leave the chart. When I don't leave the chart, I figure out what's happening. The second I leave the chart, I listen to the news, I get duped. Now, there's a lot here. I'm going to erase it. We're going to start fresh, but I just want to make it perfectly clear, too. Last night, if you were in my trading group, I'm about to go to bed last night. It's 2 a.m., and what do I see? Well, I see an easy trade on a short, because I'm like, oh, I saw Bitcoin getting rejected by a certain position, and I saw this nice short here. What I saw was these falling wedges breaking out. And I knew you're just going to get the 1 hour trade. It was 1 hour low to the upside. Nothing crazy, 7%, 10%, they weren't big. Just quick little gimmies, though. They took 5-6 hours to make a gimme. Look, shoulder, head, possible right shoulder there. They're all following Bitcoin, so we don't really have to do anything, but we're going to look at Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell here. This is the 3 long. Actually, hold on. I put up the wrong one. It was the 3S. Then I said to switch long in the morning. Yeah, the 3S made way more. Look at that. So we were looking at this last night. I mean, as it started to break out, I was all over this. 25% gains, and I started about right here. It would have rendered you 15, right? Let's take a look at the phantom call for the 3S trade. How did I do it? Well, I was looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was about to roll over. It was pretty obvious to me when Bitcoin's going to roll over, I trade a 3S token on KuCoin. Very simple things I can teach you this. Look, when we got high on the 15-minute, that's when we retraced. That's what's going to happen. Then we retrace back down for a higher low. If the 15-minute oscillates and you get higher lows, you're making moves. The 15-minute's been doing this on Bitcoin. Look, ever since January 25th, there's a double bottom, higher low, 3 higher lows in a row. We did it right here, though, and this is Phantom 3S, but this is basically fall on Bitcoin. Sorry. I'm like, come on. People are new, and they're like, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So I basically suggested last night, because I saw this fall down. See this? I saw this. We got rejected by this high, and we got high on the 1 hour. I said, open up a short and take that to the ground, and it was a beautiful short. I'm just trying to point out that we're really, really on point in my trading group. We make money on the way up. We make money on the way down. We ride this up, we ride that down. Like, we've been doing this pretty simply. Okay, I got a lot of work there. Let's delete it and make it a little clearer for y'all to see. What's going down? Let's break it down. First, you got major resistance right here. This is the first thing you got to talk about. You got major resistance in this zone, okay? Major resistance right here. Even right here, really. Man, you got resistance right there. These are big zones. Like, if Bitcoin can't break above these, bearish. Very bearish. So don't start thinking, oh, it's all gravy. We're going to 42K. Everyone says it's good. Things are possible. Things are brewing. Things are moving. Okay? 1 hour wants to move to the upside. I'm seeing a nice push for Bitcoin. Okay? Just in the local time frame. Look, I know you won't believe this, but that is... I know you don't believe it. I know you're like, no, he's not gonna. Is he gonna? Sammy Cup and Handy strikes again in the fourth quarter. He threw it in the last 10 seconds of the fourth quarter for the touchdown. Sammy Cup and Handy for the win. But look, that's a cup and handle right there, right? And I mean, you could say, okay, back to resistance. Says we're going to pop. 1 hour's pushing to the upside. There's your measure move. It's about 38,451, about 48,400 area. That's where we're looking to go from this 37,100 region as we're pushing up here on the 1 hour time frame, okay? Watch it stall out. How does it stall out? Well, the 15-minute will get a little high. You might get a push up here. Let's look at the 7-minute. Looks like a falling wedge kind of flag there. Looks like we're flagging a little bit here on the 7-minute. You can use smaller time frames to kind of figure out what's happening. Look, you could say the 5 minute broke out. See that? 5 minutes breaking out. What's the measured move of that 5 minute? You could play these scalps. Bang, right? Get you up to 37.7. And now as you start, if that comes through, you start being like, oh, I get this. I see what's going on. You're making higher lows. You're moving on out. Look, this was a cup and handle that you broke on out of to the upside. I play these cup and handles over and over again. It's also, look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder as we showed you before. We also made a higher low with tweezer bottoms. Higher low with tweezer bottoms there. This is a good sign, all right? All the way down from this higher low with tweezer bottoms as well. So we are forming an uptrend in Bitcoin. We are bouncing off major support at 35.5. We are bouncing off support at 36.2. And now we're coming up to see if we can crack through the 38,000 region. 38,000 will be the test today. If we can break through it, we can continue bullishly and start to build. I say build because nothing is guaranteed. We gotta slowly grow. Now look at this, that's what's starting to form. This is your next channel for Bitcoin. Up, down, up, down. This is a good upward channel. The reason why I like this channel, okay, because it is a rising wedge with a 68% chance of a break to the downside. But as you can see, if we get here and we break down, we could still bounce off of a pretty key area of support, and it wouldn't be too shabby. So even the most bearish scenario, because it's highly likely we make it up to the top of this pattern now. We've been pattern trading it pretty well. Patterns tend to stay in their patterns, up, down, up, down. They tend to roll with the stochastics, in the 4 hour is telling us. If you look at the 4 hour right now, you can see that it crossed, did a little thing. It's starting to push back up to the upside there, and it has a lot more momentum to go. When the 4 hours even halfway through there, you could see major fireworks coming out of Bitcoin. So just want to point that out, how the 4 hour looks. Also, this is a cup with a handle there, and the 4 hour has been breaking out of the bigger cup and handle. Again, though, I'm completely bearish if we do not get above 41,300. If we don't get above 41,000, 43,750. This region right here, bulls need a candle close. I believe by next week, no guarantees on time. But before we end up breaking, basically, to stay bullish, the bulls need a break above this region here, above 43,600, before we break this region here and go to the downside, in my humble opinion. Okay? So that's what I'm looking at. Shout out to Zachary Dahl. Shout out to Rodney Robinson. Shout out to all my people, Zero Allegiance, Grace Ashley Harris, all my awesome people here, Master Chief. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on into the live, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're here with the Crypto Lifer, and I appreciate each and every moment that you share with the kid. So I see Bitcoin moving up to the upside. We do have some obstacles to go through. Let's take a look at the trade of the day for BTC. Every single day, I make a trade for Bitcoin. Sometimes it's a short. Sometimes it's a long. It all depends. Most of the time, it's a long, but I short when the market tells me it's a short. I take the trade that's given. So you can see that's starting to push to the upside. 37,000 is cracking. That's a nice psychological support resistance to breakthrough. Look for us to make the measured move of that smaller triangle, which was about 37,700. So I do see a move to 37,700. Bullish cross here, 1 hour pushing to the upside. What do you see? Well, the 15-minute is a little high. May have to curve back down. So this could extend. The 5 minute will pump or whatever. It's more likely that we flag out here, though, like this. Hopefully we make one of these. Something like this. And the 21-day moving average comes into play, and we get ready for our next position in BTC. We go sideways. This would come up a little bit, but this comes up. We could even see a push, then another flag, and then a move. So I'm seeing two bullish moves here that are very possible. Might have to wait 2 hours for the next perfect entry. I put my alert here on the Stochastics RSI, and I'm ready to rock. If you have no idea what I just did there, you might want to join the Patreon group. You might want to join my trading group. Also, I do a teaching class every single Monday. Every Monday. You want to get into the beginner's course, the beginner's crypto trading course. I teach you all these indicators that I'm using. I basically give you my special sauce, leave you with a PowerPoint 9-point checklist, get you going. We always have between 5 and 10 people in the class. It's a blast. We do a Q&A at the end. It takes about 2.5 hours. I have a blast teaching it. Everyone gives me great feedback. The class is awesome. You could pay with crypto. Email cryptolifers@gmail and jump on into this class. It'll change your life for $100. A lot of people have said they saved a lot of money for that $100. Invest in yourself. You are worth $100. Trust me. I'm telling you right now, $100. And with inflation, it's more like $50 at this point, the way they're printing that money. So it's insane. We also do take cryptocurrency. If you would like to pay in crypto, email cryptolifers@gmail. Of course, we will take cryptocurrency in payment. So Look at this. We have a bull and a cup moving to the upside. I kind of went over what I see happening. I would project a flag on the 15-minute. Watch this play out. If it plays out, we are staying bullish. If we start to make a move to the downside, of course. But you're like, oh, what do you mean? Well, if the flags stay in solid structure, then your probability of a move to the upside gets higher and higher. So that's my position. I've been using it for a long time. I play with this. The 21-day moving average, price action, all these things are part of my repertoire. I saw this M yesterday. I said the measured move to the M was right there. We went right there and even fell even lower. The M told us that the pattern would break to the downside. We also saw bearish divergence here on the 50-minute. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. Told me that the trend would continue to the downside. The trend would continue to the downside. Bearish divvy, 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 bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence. Did you realize that? Did you realize that? Did you realize that? Did you realize that? Swing up to swing up. Swing up here is not the same. Bearish divergence. Price will drop on you. You must understand divergences. Look, swing down to swing down. You match these same points, you're swinging to the upside. Price is going to boom. You're on a bottom. This is a very simple concept to me. I've been doing it for 5 years now. Divergence. Please, if you don't understand what I'm doing, you need to take a beginner's course. If this is going over your head, like 99% of America, think about it, 0.000001% of America knows what divergence is, knows how to use it, and knows how to execute it. Become one of those people. The minority tends to be in the know. All right, let's take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is oversold, pushing to the upside. Very interesting. Okay. And that's a bounce out of a falling wedge that you could have seen down here on the 1 hour this morning as the time changed. So we did the short, slopped the short, slapped the long. I know. And how you do it is with the stochastics RSI, and then I make my entries with the 15-minute and my alert system. With my projection theory, I'm spot on. I'm telling you right now, it's a very accurate system in which I teach. It moves. It's a moving system. Okay. So I've looked at the smaller time frames. This is what I used Binance US for. We've looked at the smaller time frames. I'm tracking Bitcoin here. Suggested, as I said, the 7-minute looks like it wants to pop. The 5-minute showing signs of, like, it's just, they're showing signs of consolidation now, which is what we want. This is what we wanted to see here. This is the flag that we're waiting for. 21-day moving average has to come up to catch the price. Price has to snap back to the 21. Snap back to the 21. That's something that we're going to have to see. Look, snap back to the 21, back to the 21, back to the 21. Every time you have a massive impulse, price will snap back to the 21-day moving average. This is something you're going to see over and over again. This is what I teach my students. Shout out to Vilmo Riki for the 121. Again, I saw my students talking about the 3S tokens in my group tonight. I'm not going to say it got me, I was wondering what was going on here. Number one, if you go to my channel, I have a video explaining in depth exactly how to use these tokens, okay? I also have a video explaining in depth exactly how to use 3 commas, okay? And again, if you see Crypto Jeb's video, how the Fed news affects, all he's just going to tell you is how they taper. It's a deeper class. I would actually like to teach a class on the Federal Reserve and on money. Ooh. Yeah, if you guys, I'd like to teach a class on world markets, world money. Like, I could educate you in ways you would not believe about the monetary policies around the world, why I'm really in Bitcoin, why Bitcoin really could be the savior of us all, and why there's just more coming for us. Of course, they use a different thumbnail, even though that's not the thumbnail that I put up. Let me double check here, though. Maybe I was moving too fast. No, see, look, you can clearly see my thumbnail is here. Huge move coming. My team worked so hard to put that thumbnail up and do their thing. And it was so nice to see that YouTube just decided not to use that thumbnail. They decided to use the second one that I copied from the last live stream. Like, we already talked about the Fed meeting. Like, that upsets me, because that's not what the thumbnail was. I clearly just showed everybody that. There's nothing I can do about that. That's on YouTube. They have some issue where that happens. I live stream 30 days, and so YouTube, please change what's going on with your system. That's not the one that I uploaded. Whenever someone decides to duplicate a stream to use those settings, you tend to and this happens like here and there. It doesn't happen every time. It's a glitch. I try to fix it. I go to edit video, and you can clearly see that the thumbnail there is not the thumbnail right there. This is where you edit your thumbnail. Change it. I'll change it to something different, like from yesterday's. Okay. I'll put it like here. I'll change it to this one. Right? Then I'll change it back again to the original one that I want. Huge move coming for Bitcoin. Then we'll hit save. See if it goes through the modes. That should have done it. Let's hope it did it. I apologize for everybody, though. That's not, we don't want you guys going through that. It's mixed signals. It's mixed signals, and it's what am I going to do? I'm just going to move on and remember that today was another day in my life, and what else can I do? But my OCD, that gets my OCD to another place. I'll tell you that right now. I'm being misrepresented, and I pay for my thumbnails to get made professionally, and we get them like I have a team, and we work together, and for them not to go out the way they're supposed to be go out is upsetting. All right, because it's all part of the process, and I am using those as a signal for what's happening. Okay, we're going to look at Bitcoin in the bigger time frames. I gave you the smaller time frames. All right, that's in a bit of a nutshell. I'm going to look at Bitcoin now in the bigger time frame. And, we're starting to see the daily push on up. However, we are completely bearish unless we break out of this falling wedge. Like, all eyes on this cup and handle. All eyes on the cup and handle. I will also reveal my pi cycle chart and my true, because it said, can we see 100K in 2022? I do believe we can. I think there's about I think there's a 70% chance or more that we see over $100,000 in 2022. But anything is possible, okay? Is there a chance we see 10K? There could be a black swan event, and the whole world would have to kind of go into a dismal setting. That's possible. Will 10K still rise back to 100K within probably a year and a half? Yes, in my humble opinion. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Okay? Another thing I always talk about, that's funny, right? The head and shoulders pattern. Shoulder, head, shoulder, it broke out. 90% of the time, we always come back and retest the neckline. So that's strong support there. And I've seen that happen on smaller time frames and bigger time frames. You can see we kind of tweaked below it. We went back before it. And look, this is a strong line of horizontal support. We are still holding it pretty nicely. If we break this, then you'd be looking at some bearish tones, which was called a downward bump and run. We call these a bump and run. Come down here, it would bump it, and you would see more downside. So watch this diagonal support line. Kind of something like that was here. You can almost say this is a retest on the top trend line. And right now it's suggesting as such. You can also see there's some support here on the daily time frame. Do I dare zoom in? Right, look at that. But you can see there's we bounce right there. Okay? Then we have this low right here. Bang. I don't take my finger off now, so I know I'm but so we're looking at this idea here. This is all of Bitcoin zoomed in, right? Now, we got to get above this falling wedge. This has to, bulls need to get above here, and they can't break below the diagonal support line. Okay? Can't happen. Can't happen. So we break this diagonal support here, and that means we break in 33.7 one more time, or we start cracking 31,000, 29K. I'll be looking at this as a possible bump and run to the downside. Okay, so I'm not negating everything, but I've been watching this chart for a while. Here's what worries me. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Coming up on the daily. If the daily rolls over yet again, it just, to me, it's starting to sketch me out. So this, to me, it's almost like I could maybe go one. If we go two more cycles without a higher high, I mean, it's this is, And this is how I work. So look, we keep cycling, and you can't break that. You can't break the previous high, but the stochastic cycle. It's a very simple thing that I do. Check a look at it. You can look at when the stochastic. Basically, you watch this cycle. All right. You watch this cycle in depth on the stochastics. All right. So important to understand this up and down movement on the stochastics RSI. Okay. I'm always longing. I'm always getting out. I'm always long. I'm putting alerts here to give me to tell me where I'm at. Okay. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, MACD about to turn to the upside. Okay. MACD about to make that move, baby. RSI looking pretty good too as well. The daily time frame suggesting one for the ages. Can we get it? But again, bulls need a candle close in the next couple days somewhere above 38,000. I'm telling you right now, that heavy resistance point right there, we will have to break through it. We have to break through it. It's crucial. So we're at a very crucial time for Bitcoin. Because I'll tell you what, if this daily decides to get rejected, roll over early, or doesn't make, or when it rolls over, we do not, we kind of need to get above, we can't, not only do we need to get above here, but in my humble opinion, we need to make a higher high. Like, we need to make a higher high above this zone, like right there. We can't make the higher high, more downside for Bitcoin. I'm talking probably 30K lows, then hopefully 30K holds. But then I'm preparing for 30K. So we don't get above 38, I'm ready to short down to 30K. I'm being honest with everybody. So I'll be watching this daily chart. If this daily gets up here, even if we don't get above this higher high, like if we end up getting rejected either here or here, I'll be opening up a short. And I'll probably be opening up a short on like Phantom 3S or Sol 3S. I'll watch Bitcoin, but I use Bitcoin to short a better leverage trade. You can make like 30-40% instead of just 10 or 20. And that they're both with the leverage, but you get more leverage on the altcoin because the altcoin just makes a more percentage gain. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for Bitcoin. This is my complete guide to Bitcoin. I gave you the 15-minute, the 1 hour. Showed you exactly how to track it, how to watch it, how to set alerts, what oscillators I'm using. Now I'm looking at the daily time frame, the big idea, and I'm showing you levels that need to be broken when this stochastics oscillates. Okay. Like best worst case scenario, fine, we roll over here and we somehow double bottom and then we break our way on out. So like that could be the story. We could do it here, we could do it there, but either way, there's a bigger short coming. Okay. So there's my update for Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. And this is why I'm accurate, because I'm setting up my projections way in advance. I'm looking at what could happen, and I'm like, okay, when this happens, I do that. When that happens, I do this. And I have a setting for if, and then I trap the price on the 15-minute inside of a wedge or and I say, okay, you break out of this wedge and you start doing it, then, boom, boom, boom. So Bitcoin showing signs of life right now, getting bullish, getting very bullish. And we've gone over this. I mean, this is also a shoulder, a head and a shoulder, is it not? Like, you can't negate that. So we gave you the inverted head and shoulder. We gave you the cup and handle. We gave you levels to watch on the daily. I gave you levels to watch on the weekly yesterday in depth. This could break on out to a measured move of 38,700, 38,600. We got to break above this 38K region, 38K500. Really, that's our line in the sand where we got rejected up here with the shoulder, head, and the shoulder, which was also extreme bearish divergence. Swing up to swing up, and you swung down to the downside here. It told you that the trend was going to continue to the downside because the divergence told you were out of gas. If you don't know what I'm doing right there, please jump into my trading group for $99 and get educated, please. Stop losing money. Stop listening to the news. Stop listening to the market maker. Stop living in fear. I don't live in fear. I live in the charts. I don't live in fear. I live in the charts. Funny, man. That dude used to make these beautiful, cool pictures and sayings for me, but whatever. I won't even get into it. It's like, man, People are just, you know, if you're going to start, if you want to become a YouTuber and deal with the public on a regular basis, you can't let the public get in your head, because they will. They'll mess with you. You can't figure everybody out, because it won't work. So look, a bit of an ascending triangle forming here on the 15-minute, showing signs of life. So this is what I see basically happening for Bitcoin, getting ready for a massive move to the upside. That 4-hour really wants to rip, okay? 4-hour wants to rip and do damage. It's still in a good spot, all right? So there's my crazy projections for Bitcoin on this is what I see happening, all right? And now let's just leave you with levels to watch on KuCoin, and then we can move on from BTC for the day, okay? We're going to go to the weekly and talk about the weekly levels. We're going to talk about extremely oversold the weekly is. I'm going to talk about how we saw a tweezer bottom, and a tweezer bottom. I talked about yesterday how this candle has to turn green. It was not. It turned back to green again. Such a good sign. I went over this yesterday in depth. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. The last time we reversed, it looked just like this and just like this. We had candles closing on even parallel lines. We had tweezer bottoms on the weekly. Parallel lines, tweezer bottoms on the weekly. It started when we were getting extremely red and extremely low on the stochastics, MACD. Another thing I'm going to teach you that'll blow your mind is divergence is hidden bullish divergence. And I go over this every day, but I don't mind going over it over and over again, because I know these concepts need to be drilled into the mind. Swing down to swing down. Told me that Bitcoin would continue to the upside, and it did. Everyone told me it would go to 10K. Everyone told me it was all this. There was a bunch of fear and greed and all this craziness. I didn't listen to anybody else but my true self. I longed here with half my life savings into Bitcoin at 32.4. I used it because of this. Boom, boom, boom. All the way to 69,000. The rest is history. Bang, bang, bang. Okay? Now, here's another suggestion here. You know, if this breaks, fine. But right now, that isn't breaking. That is an uptrend. And right now, we have a downtrend here. And what that means is, see, these oscillators, if I'm going to draw the RSI, just like when they oscillate, it's like a spring. It gets pushed, and it starts oscillating, right? And it springs down. And it's basically telling you that it has energy that it wants to boom back up. Like boom, boom, boom. Like this thing really wants to explode to the upside. It's all springed up. It's like tight. And so when you don't make a lower low and you get that tight with energy ready to rock, it's more likely boom, you know? And I'm not guaranteeing these things. I'm just showing you how this concept works when you know what hidden bullish divergence is. So when I look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart, I'm not going to lie. I can't lie and say I don't see hidden bullish. I do see hidden bullish, and I see tweezer bottoms. Last 2 times this happened, it called a pretty close bottom. I mean, we saw it right there with a huge wick, and we still seen some downside. So it doesn't mean we're not going to, but it does mean there's a chance we're very close towards near the bottom. There's a chance we start a multi-year bear market, and this keeps going down. As I said before, there's levels to watch. Like we break 31,000, all right. You know, we could definitely see 19K, 20K. Look, there's no support here. There's no support. There's nothing there. You know? And who's to say you can't see, you know, you can't go to 13 or 12K then, because there's nothing there either. Except for the, 20K, 19K. So I'm a student of the game. I'm a support and resistance guy. Okay? So now I'm going to show you some other things in the pi cycle chart that may blow your mind. Also, if anyone remembers, I kept dabbling with the idea that we may have to touch the 200-day moving average. So the 30K sweep could be beautiful, because that's what we see. Whenever we see this on all coins, when the 200-day moving average appears, it comes, and then the price eventually comes to kiss it. Wouldn't surprise me none. Also, but we could pump up here somewhere and then eventually kiss it right there. These both scenarios are on my radar, and I'm watching this 200-day moving average on the weekly chart. Okay? Also, a lot of people are talking about the head and shoulder. I talked about it too. I believe that's your neckline. Shoulder, head, shoulder. And we discussed how I believe we've already kind of hit that measured move. Could go a little lower. That would bring us to the 200-day, which is creepy, 23,000. Okay? It's a possibility. Okay? Just laying down all the possibilities so you have an understanding. And understand, I do then show you the trade that I at the beginning of this thing, I'm like, I like to long right here. Show you, I'm going to watch the 15-minute, set an alert. When that 15-minute pops, I'm in. It's also, if I just forget what if I just was, watch this. This is crazy. I'm going to teach you something right now. I'm going to teach each and every one of you, all you girls, all you guys, all you ladies and gentlemen, young, old, new, beginners, expert traders, beginner traders, crypto enthusiasts, stock people, anyone who just wants to know about technical analysis. Watch this. Watch this. The human mind is so deceptive and plays so many games. Okay? Let me just say that again. The human mind is so deceptive and plays so many games. The powers that be know this. They use the human mind with subconscious images and motions and vibrations and energy to make you feel feelings and think things that you normally would not, that are not akin to you, so they can take control. You got to fight through subconscious programming because it's happening every single day. I was in there too, in the zone. They had me. I thought they didn't, but they did. Exercise helps. Nature helps. You need to get into nature. If you are struggling with finding who you are, if you are struggling with just everything in life, if you feel like you're bombarded by tech, billboards in a city, if you're drinking water that's unfiltered, if you think it's okay to drink water from the faucet, be careful. I would never do that. Okay? There's all sorts of pharmaceuticals, and there's so many things in city water, even town water. Just be careful. Filter your water with a BERKEY. I do it every day. They don't pay me to say this. It's $300 to $400, but you'll use it. It'll last a year. Then the filters cost like $60 to $80, maybe even less. Get yourself a BERKEY today. If you don't have a BERKEY, you need a BERKEY water filter. You could take water out of a pond, and you could drink out of it in a time of need. So a BERKEY water filter will change your life. The world leader in water purification. Take control of your water. Removes 200 unsafe contaminants. You can see how much the water is clear. I have this one here, the Royal BERKEY, the 350 to 475, 3.25 gallons, ideal for bigger families. But we go through it pretty fast. I almost should have gotten the big boy. But I love my BERKEY. It's awesome. I have replacement filters waiting. I drink the cleanest, purest water. You can pour the water out of the faucet. Then you can pour the water out of the BERKEY. You can smell them both. You can smell your faucet water. It smells like chlorine. So check it out. If you were trading any asset, let's just say I was trading some asset a couple months back. Let's say you didn't even know what this, but it is Phantom. But let's just say you didn't know the asset. And you're trading this asset, and you're like, okay, bang, like, it's a falling wedge. It will break to the upside. And you're like, okay, I'll trade that. 68% chance it's going to give me what I need. Bang, bang, bang. It's also cup and handle, beautiful, right? Now, there's no difference between that and this, but everyone sees it differently because it's Bitcoin and the whole world's freaking out. But it's the same pattern. It's the same thing. It's the same stuff going on. And there's a highly likely idea that this breaks to the upside. Highly likely this breaks to the upside. I also see the hidden bullish divergence starting to form. So I'm seeing the things that I like. I'm seeing my special sauce. I'm starting to pick up on what I'm putting down. Look at this. I'm pulling that fib to the high here. And I mean, we're getting very close to the 618. If we bounce off here, we'll do a double bottom off the golden pocket where we revisited. That would slightly negate the hidden, but there would still be, up until this point, up until 32K, even 31K, there's still hidden bullish divergence. Those wicks too. So my defense is this. My defense for a possible bottom is this. All right? And I haven't done this yet. So the last time I did this, I hit it. The last time I did this, I was hit it. My defense, and I never say I'm guaranteeing it, but I do put out a solid defense. And I don't put out my solid defense until I start to feel something, until I start to see something. Okay? Now, we have extremely rising volume with falling price. It's a bullish sign. It's a bearish sign for rising volume, but it's telling me eventually we're going to have to get a retracement here. Okay? And eventually the volume is going to start slipping a little bit. And that's where we could get a bit of a reversal. Anyway, here's my argument for a possible bottom. We've hit pretty much a measured move with the wicks of the head and shoulder that people talked about here. I drew the neckline. I also drew the fact that we were on this, this amazing support line. Look at that bump and run on the weekly. It doesn't flow, but on another chart it does flow, which is interesting. But I'd still even believe this is a diagonal support line too. Watching it very closely. Watching this pattern here. This here. See this? Watching this diagonal support line. Okay. I'm worried that if we break it, we will bump and run down. Okay. So that's a very significant line that I'm watching. Okay. You can draw that line too, just align it with these 2 points. Okay. Here is my argument for a bottom. Hidden bullish divergence is now forming. We're in between the 0.618 and the 0.5 Fibonacci level. Pretty strong. We did a 100% retracement from this all the way back to an 88% retracement, 88.6. We're kind of at the 88.6 now. I don't even need to pull it to see that. That's something I know by doing. I guess I'll do it for y'all just to keep you happy. But look, we're at the 618. Easily there, okay? I'm going to pull the Fibonacci, and we're going to go up to the 618 right here. See this? And right there, 886 retracement. How did I know that? Because I've been doing this a long time, and you know what 80% is when you're looking at it from a ratio. But 88.6% retracement is the natural occurrence for a pullback, okay? After a nice run up. So we're seeing natural occurrences in Fibonacci sequences. We're seeing hidden bullish divergence. We're seeing oversold weeklies. We're seeing oversold 3-day charts. We're seeing curve ups. We're seeing the lack of bearish momentum here starting to give way. The bears were hard. The bears were less hard. The bears were less hard. The bears are less hard again. Okay. Falling, that volume is starting to kind of fall off a little bit in reversal. But the 3-day chart also showing strong signs of hidden bullish divergence. This is a strong chart. That is clear downtrend there. That's a clear uptrend here. That is hidden bullish divergence. Okay. The 3-day chart gives you more of that parallel line, but this is my argument. This is also a cup and handle, and I play cup and handles daily over and over again, and they tend to break out, right? They tend to break out. So these are just thoughts up on a balcony, and this is what I'm looking at. As Bitcoin pumps, as suggested, to 37,300. I say it gets up to 37,700 and takes a little bit of a chill there. Shout out to Joe for the $10 super chat. Joe, I'm so happy you're feeling better, my friend. Thank you for jumping on into the live stream. So that's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. That's Bitcoin. All right. And there you have it. And I'm starting to warm up to the idea that we may have bottomed. I'm not guaranteeing it though. But I did buy 33K and I keep DCAing and I keep. So how do I deal with this? So someone will be like, well, what do you do then? If you don't know it's the bottom or not. So what I do is if I had, if I had, let's just say my name was Bob, I had 100K. And I'm not a financial advisor. Let's just say my name was Bob, 100K though. I'd allocate 50K for Bitcoin right now. But I wouldn't put it in right now. I'd buy it $1,000 50 times every other day for 100 days. Right? And then eventually, if we came here, I'd get 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000. And if we started finding a bottom, 1,000. And I would just gobble up 50K worth of Bitcoin in these regions and get myself about a Bitcoin 0.1115 or Bitcoin, almost a Bitcoin and a quarter. Right? Almost a Bitcoin and a half, actually. That's what I do. I did it here. I did it here. And I did it here. And how I do it is I use the Crypto Fear and Greed Index and the weekly chart. And pretty simple. I'm a pretty simple guy. And I figured out a way to keep myself happy. And I love Bitcoin. Now, Fear and Greed Index was down at 10 and 9. I mean, that was a steal at 33. And everybody thinks they're going to get it lower. I got a rich friend. He's like, oh, I'll get it in the 14s. It'll come down. I'm like, nobody ever gets the price that they want for Bitcoin. Nobody ever sells at the top exactly. No one ever gets to buy the exact bottom. However, we got 33.6 in my chart. The lifers are fiends, man. You guys are amazing. You're savages. When the coin dropped, everyone was like, I'm getting more. I was like, okay, I see where your head's at. And you can't teach this stuff to people. You can't teach this. And it means that you have an understanding of the monetary system. When you start buying Bitcoin, it means you're in tune with the world. It means you're completely in tune with what's happening around you. It means you're listening to what nature is saying. Like you're picking up, even though it's a tech, you're listening to the energies of the world. When you start buying Bitcoin and taking your money out of the monetary system and realizing that you're not, because why? Because they do what's called fractional reserve lending. Let me teach you this. They've been doing it since the 1800s. Listen, this is crazy. When the Bank of England came, you're going to love this. So the Bank of England, it wants to set up shop here in America. It wanted the colonials to be part of their banking system so they could control our money supply and make us poor and rich whenever they wanted. So they sent Alexander Hamilton to infiltrate the colonial system, okay? Now, we were fighting back and forth, and some presidents picked up on it and some didn't. Abraham Lincoln got it. Thomas Jefferson figured it out. He was like, oh, if they control our money supply, they can control everything in our society and we'll never be free. This was the key. There's no such thing as a Republican or a Democrat. They're both controlled by the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is a private entity. It's private, okay? It's not run by the federal government. It's as if me and some of my buddies owned a big bank and made the government borrow money from me. And then I told the government, you're going to owe me so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. So what you do is you get two countries, you go throughout the world and you instigate two countries to go to war. We don't like you. You don't like you. You paint a freaking, you paint a missile with some other boom and so they think it's them even though it wasn't. And then they say, well, and then they're in debt already because most countries are already in the system. So they have to go to the Federal Reserve or the IMF bank and say, hey, I need $12 billion to fight this war. This guy does the same thing. They fund both sides of the war. They watch them destroy each other. Both countries are in debt now for another 50 to 60, 70 years to the IMF and the international. This is how our banking system works in America. We are connected to this. And this is why, and this is what fractional reserve lending means. Look at this. When the colonials started America, okay, what they did is they started the first bank of first colonial bank. I believe it was called the first bank of the United States. The first bank. That's what they try to call it. These cronies from England who were instigating as politicians for America, but they weren't. Listen to what they did. This is crazy. They decided to create the bank. The bank needed to start with funds. So the government, so this is what they did. This is crazy. They had our government borrow 20% from them. This is crazy. Take that 20% we borrowed and implement it into the bank. Okay? So that's all that was on deposit. The owners of the bank would use the 20% for fractional reserve lending and lend themselves out the 80% to then buy the rest of the shares from the bank. Yo, this is crazy. You get it? So they'd have your government pay for their shares. Yo, it's the greatest trick in the book. Oh my gosh. And this is what they did. They did this in the first bank. They did this with the second one. This is insanity. And so I figured out what was happening. And I tracked this all the way back to the 1600s. And Abraham Lincoln made the greenback because he tried to get us away. Thomas Jefferson also tried to get us away. Woodrow Wilson sold us down. And one of the last quotes he ever said was, "I'm so sorry before I've ruined us." Everyone wants to go against, they think it's really a battle between Democrat and Republicans. It is not. It is not. It is not. It's a battle for sovereignty, for financial sovereignty. And that's what Bitcoin does. When you go to the bank and put $10,000 in the bank, they can fractional reserve lend on that, meaning they can lend out $100,000 and keep your 10 grand in the bank. You just gave them the right to give 90 grand to somebody. They create those funds on digits in a computer. They don't really print the money. And they say that right there. It's called cash. It's called digital cash is created. That's a law. Like banks can create digital cash. So all of a sudden you have a buck. They just put $90,000 more into existence. Your buck is worth less. Forget what they're doing with the Federal Reserve behind the scenes with the interest rate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this system is innately corrupt. And over time, we'll just keep putting more dollars into the circulation. And every time they do that, you will have less of the circulation. Another reason why I like Bitcoin. When you own Bitcoin, you own one of the 21,400, of the 21 million Satoshis. You always have one of 21 million when you own one Bitcoin to the end of time. There's not 24 Bitcoin. There's not 28 Bitcoin. There's not 128 Bitcoin. It's you owe 120 of the 120 million Bitcoin. Okay? When you own a dollar, and right now we have, let's just say $2 trillion in existence. Or let's just be funny, 21 trillion, just like Bitcoin. But then next year, there's 42 and you only have one. You have way less of the pot than you used to. And if you have way less of the overall supply, you're going to lose value. So when they continue to add value to the market, they take your ratio away that you own of the whole pie. You get this? Because as long as unless you're making as much money as they're printing and your ratio is growing with theirs, that's the only way you stay in line with inflation. I could go to Congress and teach them this. I don't know why there's no one saying this stuff. It's obvious to me what's going on. I'm not that smart. Maybe I am. I don't know. I feel like I can't be that intelligent. I feel like I'm not putting myself down. But I'm not Nikola Tesla here. I didn't make 800 patents, and I'm not in my basement playing with, magnetic electricity. Although I do believe I will one day, and I kind of want to get there. And I believe there's anti-gravity and all sorts of other things. Anyway, 37,358. But I just wanted to give you a lesson. I hope you guys understood what I just put down. If I blew your mind, if I freaked you out, if you thought no, well, you might want to deep dive into that. You might want to have to kind of continue on that path because there's a gem that I put down there. Shout out to everyone here. This is cryptocurrency and Bitcoin every single day. Shout out to everyone here on the live coming on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of the live stream and being awesome people. You're all really amazing to see every single day, and I'm going to get into the chat right now. But there's a reason why I buy Bitcoin on this beautiful Friday, and I wanted to make it very clear. I am not just on some Bitcoin train. I didn't just jump onto Bitcoin. 333 viewers, that's a special thing for me right there. I like that. 184 likes. Can we get 180? Can we get the likes up to the viewers? 337 likes. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so mind blown. I knew it was bad, but your explanation made things so much clearer. Thanks for the stream, Lifer. Lifer is a trading wizard. Jonathan Neal. Bro, the U.S. government does not want their people to be intelligent. Is there any financial knowledge taught to children in the schools? It's mind-blowing to me. Scarab beetle wings. Oh, you know about the scarab? Okay, I see you. You just gained my trust, man. Shout out to D. Burris. You and here in Korea exchanges are blocking withdrawals to private wallets. Oh, wow. If you can type, you can like. I like someone saying that. That's amazing. Smart man. Let's go, Lifer. Shout out to everyone here on the live. And guys, we're going to dive in. I dive into the chat. I talk to y'all. Look at Crypto, the only. I'm living in Virginia. The history here, I live right by the first landing. And Jamestown is 45 minutes from me. Richmond before too. So much history. Drive around the landmarks. They lend your money out only to keep a small percentage. Yep, I entered Bitcoin long at 33,000. I called the semi-cup and handy before it even formed. Thanks for the education. You in Boston, tons of history there too. Oh yeah, we're covered in it. We're dripping in history over here. Woodrow sold us out after Hilton Head Island. Damn, man, you hit it on the head, Porter Rock. So basically, that's been going on for thousands of years. Yes, and it's the time of enlightenment. That's why we're entering the age of Aquarius, everybody. It always gets bad before it gets good. Remember that. We are entering the age of Aquarius. You may not be the first person to have heard this, but we are entering the age of Aquarius. We are starting a new realm of this world. This is happening. Okay, so anyway, moving forward. There's enough esoteric knowledge strut about. But this is part of my mental trading status because I can understand what's happening in the world. And by doing that, I'm able to make financial decisions that benefit me and my family. As far as buying gold, I've been buying gold, doing my thing. Why have I been buying gold? Because I know gold is how they operate. I know they use gold to control systems. I know they still are interested in gold, and it's still something that they go after. In that fashion, I have to be ready in understanding of gold, okay? And I think I should have some on the balance sheet. 1970s, they told Americans they couldn't have gold. I mean, that's a horrible M pattern on the Dow Jones, is it not? We have to be honest with that. It's kind of following suit with Bitcoin. However, the 3-day chart is oversold, but that could start a downtrend and be low. I've seen that happen. The daily, though, I'll tell you right now, bounce, bounce, bounce. The daily is holding this strong support and wants to bounce to the upside. I'm looking at the Dow Jones just to kind of prepare us for the week. 43 points. The 4-hour wants to dump on us. That kind of sucks because it says that the Dow will probably go down next week. When this oscillated up and we didn't make a higher high, that's not a great sign for the Dow Jones. This could be a continuation of a downtrend here. It is the continuation of a downtrend, I have to be honest. We kind of fell out and fell back into the pattern, in my humble opinion, too. We're holding it tight. Dow closes. Wow. Dow closes in 2 hours and 5 minutes. Oh, this candle closes in 2 hours and 5 minutes, yeah. Hit the daily candle. The Dow closes in 4 hours and 35 minutes today. All right. Daily's trying to hold us down. 4 hours trying to dump us down. And the 1 hour may be our saving grace for Monday morning. So, or even into the afternoon. But look, that could pump us out. So all eyes on this 1 hour by we close and on Monday morning. I'd like to see the Dow get above this resistance here at 35,400. It's a big kind of a deal that it does, because if it doesn't, it's in a bigger wedge that it may begin to roll over on us. So shoulder, head, and shoulder possibly forming to the upside as well. That position that to the upside. Let's see how much we can get out of that 1 hour. Lack of bearish momentum right now is also showing some signs of life, some buy pressure there. The daily chart's in our favor, so we just got to get rid of this 4 hour dumping. It doesn't always dump hard. Right there, we kind of had a dump. It wasn't too bad. There, it dumped pretty hard. There, it wasn't too bad. See? Just a slight rollover, and we bounce off support. So keep your support and resistance, right there. That's previous support, bounce. So that's a line we're going to want to bounce off of. And that's kind of where we're very close to right now. It's very eerie. Okay? So this is my idea for Bitcoin. That's it in a bit of a nutshell. I mean, there's the Dow Jones Industrial. Okay? I didn't get much sleep last night. I have to let everybody know. I was up really late. And then, what was I doing? I was just looking at the charts a lot, going over my business. I was just full of what I was doing, El Salvador is 100% Bitcoin. I'm sure they expected and want these dips. It's over. See you at 18,000. Hey, you never know what's going to happen. I love people that say see you at 18K because they're guaranteeing it's going to 18K. Maybe it is. There's a high chance it could. 100% chance it could. But the Dow Jones too, I mean, I'm going to take this M pattern, just play it like an M and not be, don't get emotional. It's not even below 30K. I mean, it's a $31,000 Dow, which isn't that bad, Could be way worse. So, again, but that is a measured move if this M doesn't, if this support region doesn't hold and this M breaks to the downside. That is your measured move. Code Red, sorry bro, listening, but just now liked. Check out XMeta and XRPL. Sologenic NFT Marketplace just launched. Beta for Marketplace. Super Chats, Tonic, SURV, Raven, Phantom, MCO, and SHPING. Cheers from Norway. Is Dogecoin dead? If all your money is in Bitcoin, they can't run their game. Creating fear, dumping the price, regulations, all to trick you out your spot. Don't let them. Yeah, make your SNR lines, draw your fibs, check your Stokes, scope your entry. Big shout out to Canadian truckers, all the truckers, Big Jim. Big shout out to all the Canadian truckers out there, 110%. That line is the longest line of freedom I've ever seen, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, I'm here in Korea. Zero and Rodney holding it down today with the haters and the spammers. So much so. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video. Okay, do the right thing. Hit that like button. I'm not going anywhere. It's my birthday this weekend. Let's go Freedom Convoy. American supports you. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Blessings to all. God bless. You know what? Love is in the air, and love is the highest frequency. I think it's a 402 megahertz, but love is the highest frequency in the world. I know it's somewhere in the 400s. Shout out to the freedom like you can see from space. I know, right? You can see freedoms from space. Isn't that crazy? I can see the freedom from space. Beautiful people, man. Beautiful people. Gorilla Skittles. Yo, my dude. Back in the game. Big Jim. We love you, Big Jim. Back to work. Thanks, Sam, and the rest of the team. Shout out to Troy McDrains. Okay, let me jump on in to... So we looked over the Dow. Now let's look over the dollar index. That pumped on us. It was looking like it was going to pump on the 4-hour. We suggested that. I said, the dollar index wants to pump. But Bitcoin and the dollar pumped together. Remember when I said they're pumping together? I've never seen it. I said it's very strange. But now and I said it's like two blinkers that blink. Remember this? But one of them, eventually they blink together. So the dollar and Bitcoin blinked together for a little while, but now they're offset yet again. Coming back down. Coming back down. So there's the dollar index. I see that coming down here on the 4-hour. Okay, getting rejected by previous... not even... We'll go back in time and find out where that hit. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting rejected by some previous chop right there. So what I want to show you right here about the dollar index, okay? Cup and handle, made this fella handle, got back into the pattern. We suggested this pattern would break out. It did. It definitely did, okay? So we we predicted this yesterday on the live stream, but I said it was strange that we would see them both pumping together. Now, Bitcoin is lower on the daily than the dollar. It's a good sign. The dollar starts to make its move down while Bitcoin propels its way up. I like what I'm seeing right here in the juxtaposition. Also on the 3-day, the Bitcoin is low. The dollar's more halfway through its succession. So it's weird. There's some mixed signals going on here. They're not directly juxtaposed right now. Okay. This is the total market cap on the 3-day chart. All right. This is all of cryptocurrency. And look, up, down. Can we make it back up? All the way to $3.3 trillion. Let's look at the levels to watch on a macro level. Okay. Let's look at the levels to watch on a macro level here. So this was my line in the sand. Can't break 161 trillion. We bounced off of it. We did tweezer bottoms right there. Very strong. I'm showing everybody that's very strong. That wick is a very strong wick. It bounced off of $1.46 trillion. And I was surprised we got back above 1.61 trillion in my line in the sand there. We break this, we're going to 1.4 or 1.26. Let's get above this and crack $1.81 trillion. And then we can start seeing some signs. We need to break this upper trend line of the falling wedge. We need to break this upper trend line here of the falling wedge to the upside, okay? That's what we're looking for. That's what we need for the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency to succeed, all right? Let's take a look at in U.S. Tether dominance on the 3-day chart is cooked, wants to bang on down. It's a great sign. We might see some up and down here and there, but big time frames say no way. And I like seeing that. It's telling me that we may form the cup and handle, whatever we do, but it's showing signs that we will not continue to the upside in Tether dominance. That's what the chart conveys on the 3-day chart, which is a strong chart. Also on the daily, you could get a flip up, but then you're going to get back high again. So a little more love and then dump. It's a good sign. It's a good sign that these are getting into the overbought regions for the next couple of weeks for Bitcoin. Also kind of starts to make a play with the idea that we may see a bit of a bottom. Remember, watch the coin right now on the 15-minute. It will struggle and make a bit of a falling wedge or some type of sideways movement. Look, it broke out of my channel so far. Look, it got beautiful 37.35, right? And now this is your new channel here. This is what it's doing. Bitcoin in a bit of an upward flag. See that flag? Beautiful flag. Beautiful flag. 15-minute does want to come on down. Actually, it's looking more like this now. How do I know this? How am I this intuitive with the shaping of the probability? We don't know. It could be sideways this way, but this is what we're starting to see now. Okay? Again, we even kind of had that bit of an ascending triangle there before on Bitcoin. Craziness. So as long as, in my opinion, if Bitcoin stays above 36,066, even probably 37K, right? That psychological support. But 36,066 is a good level for me for a bounce. Also, the 200-day moving average there, we're seeing the 1 hour, the 50 cross the 200 there on that time frame. We want to see this 50 cross this on the 1 hour. We want to see the 50 come up and cross the 200 on the 1 hour as well. We wicked right to the 200, got rejected. That's what I was saying. We'll pump up and probably get pushed up to the 200-day moving average. It's a known thing. And then the stochastics will get high, and that's when you take some profitos. 15-minute will also be high, telling you to get out of the trade. I use the 15-minute to exit trades on the 1 hour all the time. It's such a direct way to trade. It's so amazing. It's made me so much more accurate as a trader. I suggest you pick up what I'm putting down. That's in my advanced course. I'm actually going to put the link out for the advanced course today. It's going to be Thursday at 1 p.m. next week. All right, let's get into the chat. Let's get into the super chats. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. But that's basically it. We went over Bitcoin, the dollar index total. We went over tether dominance. We went over the Dow. And we gave you like the whole look at the world markets, what is possible, and what's surrounding us these days. Sorry, bro, I've been listening just now. Okay, if all your money is in Bitcoin, then they can't. Yep, it's true. It's my birthday this weekend. Happy birthday weekend. Super chats. Let's take a look at Tonic. Let's take a look at SURV, Raven, Phantom, and Phantom W. I don't know what the hell that is. MCOW, Shipping, and XRP. Also, there was some controversy, or there was some misunderstanding in my rooms this morning about a 3S or 3L token. You go to KuCoin, you can play them. Okay? Let's take a look at like Sol 3S, which is a short for Solana. Okay? What does it mean? It's a 3X short. Because everyone's like, I don't see it. I never get the percentage. I never get the 3X. You do. It's baked in. It is baked into the trade. For instance, and you know, when people say that, I know they're not doing their due diligence. Because when I tell anyone to trade Solana 3S, I tell them to go to the Solana chart as well, juxtapose it next to it. This is what I'm teaching all my students. So when you ask these questions, I can tell you're not doing your homework. See? The master knows, the teacher knows who's not digging deep. Okay? You gotta dig deep if you want the gems, baby. You want to be like, when you're trading, you're taking other people's money. You know that? And they're trying to take your money. You gotta be better than the herd. You have to be better than the herd. Sonic 1, Lifer, check out FCON KuCoin. New metaverse game. Thanks for the education anytime. Please educate yourself greatly. Okay? Please make no excuses for becoming great. So look at this. Let me show you what I'm saying. We'll go to the 15-minute on both charts. Okay? And we'll match up this high right here, and this is where Solana started to bounce to the downside. Okay? Solana goes down how much? 5.9%, 5.8%. Okay? So then how much did the 3X leverage play out? It played out like 24%, actually. You know, and let's bring this all the way. Are we getting it all? I mean, and that's the move. The move started here. Chug, and it'll even wick down a little bit. So you got almost 30% gains out of here instead of like 60. Wait, we bring this down a little bit. Maybe there's a wick that I'm missing or something. But yeah, but the point of the story is there's your leverage trade right there. The coin didn't go up or down 30 or 28%. Yeah, 7.48, right? If there's a wick there that I can't see, hold on. No, something like that. So the coin goes down 6.77%, but you made even more than 3X leverage on that trade. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's even more than 3X, which is nuts. I guess like the frenzy creates more of a hype. Like they're as correlated as they can be. So from a 6.7% loss, you end up making 28% gains. And even if you shaved it and played it cute and you got like 10% out of that last night, I mean, that's the point of the story. So is everyone understand how these work now? Is everybody clear? Because I don't want to see people like, I'm not getting the percent. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, and then someone's like, if you use 3 commas, I don't think it works like that. And I'm like, interesting. Like, so look, here's a pump on Solana 3S. It just pumped 11% with the Bitcoin move. Okay. Let's try to find that same pump, which started right there. Okay. And you'll see that it was only about a 4, even on a wick, if we kind of, I think I went even up higher on that wick, like something like that. It's like a 3.5% gain, but here you made 11.6. Trust me, it's 3 times if we get precise with it. So you're just making 3 more times the percentage gain than the coin. You know? So please pay attention. I've explained this many times. I even have a video on it. I'll post it to the group today. I teach you how to, I said how to short and trade, how to short and long the market, how to make money no matter what's happening in the market. And what's beautiful about this is you can trade this bullishly. You can trade the shorts bullishly. I promise I'll do my homework next time. 3 commas will not let you smart trade leverage tokens unless you have a pro membership. That's not a leverage token though. And maybe he's right. But I disagree because that's a spot trade. And 3 commas can't really tell if that's a spot trade. However, when you go to do it, you're probably not seeing a thing that comes up on KuCoin. That's an alert. So you have to go try to make one trade first with 3L and 3S because there's going to be a thing up that says, do you understand you're trading a little bit? And you have to say, okay. So when you go to trade that way, that alert's coming up on your KuCoin and your API can't see that. So that's why it looks like you can't trade those. I'm able to do it. You're probably right. I have a pro account, but I pay for like the $24 a month account. That's why you're getting an error. I just explained it to you because you didn't go and approve. Have you approved them yet on KuCoin? I could be wrong, but I believe you have to approve them first on KuCoin. Let's take a look at TONIC. And I could be wrong. I'm not 100% right. But I'm pretty sure you got to, because there's an error coming up saying, hey, do you know what you're trading? And you're not seeing that in the API, and you can't say okay. So that's why that's not coming through on 3 commas. Okay, let's take a look at TONIC. Tectonic up 19% today. We went over it not too long ago. And Deck Screener wasn't up and running today. Let's take a look. Let's hope it is. Wow, Tectonic's been booming. We went over this just the other day. How big is it? Wow, I think we missed out on some big gains. We went over it like 3 or 4 days ago. I've been doing the Bitcoin dance, trading the Bitcoin stuff. Yes, you have to approve them all and fill out KYC. You do not have to fill out KYC. That's a lie. That's a lie. Maybe for a perp. I don't trade perp. See, people got to stop spreading misinformation. That's misinformation. It's not true information. You do not have to fill out KYC. It's not true. It's not true. I put my life on it. So there you go. I put my life on that. My life. That you don't have to fill that out. I can't remember, but I remember doing the test. Maybe that's for bigger leverage. It's not leverage trading. Oh my God, you guys are... It's not leverage trading. It's spot trading 3L and 3S. You're not using the leverage section of KuCoin. I'm not going to talk about it again. So we talked about this possibly breaking out of a cup and handle. Isn't this funny? And we went over this tiny cup and handle on the 1 hour here on my live stream and said this could probably break up here to about 121% gains. It's what I suggested could happen out of this coin. And wow, this thing is on a moon mission. My goodness, we talked about this coin. It's now up 118% gains from when we first looked at it on January 25th, Tectonic. And moving as I speak, like they just got another push to the upside. Wow, this thing is up 107% gains. I thought it went, yeah, there you go, okay. Wow, this thing is moving. And funny, I drew this little cup and handle there that day and said, hey, possibly this thing moves to the upside. And it did. Look, another cool thing about Deck Screener, it's keeping my work. It saved the stuff I had on there from the last time. Wow, that is insane parabolic move right there. Look at that. That's a straight move to the upside like you believe. Oof. Oof. Well, they put it on our radar. I knew about it. I don't know if any of the lifers got on it. I wasn't heavily into it. I've been watching Bitcoin closely. Send in those super chats. Let's get those get first priority. I got so much super chats to go over. Let me get them in. I promise I'll do my homework next time. Get out of time. It came out of a known felon. Crypto scammer was in charge of a treasury project. It's a mess. Step out of it. Let it cool off. Again, I never tell people what to do. Bobby's putting out a thing. I did go over this. the other day on when we went over the Coin Telegraph news, I showed you that Time Wonderland, a few other projects are connected to the Quadriga X guy, and to be very, very careful. We put the alarm out for that. I think we'd actually talked about it 2 days in a row, I believe. But thank you so much for bringing it up again. I actually never once brought up Time Wonderland. I never mentioned it. I never touched it with a 10-foot pole. I had nothing to do with that project. I never liked OHM. I never even positioned it on my live stream. I never went over it, except when people asked me about it. When they did, I said, I don't know. It looks like a sketchy farm that I would be very, very weary of. I hit it on the head. I didn't do the Squibby game thing. I tend to dodge a lot of these scammers, man. But because it's our due diligence, right? And anything could happen, right? We always have to be watchful. I promise I'll do my homework next time. Please do, Rodney. I don't want to wake up to that again ever in the chat. No, I'm just messing around. The market's sure is trash at the moment. When you think it's going to pump, it just keeps dropping and faking out. Yeah, I mean, that's how we just keep trading the volatility. Zero, all my money is tied up in crypto. When Elon Musk and the McDonald's tweeted, Grimace coin on BSC was born. That was so funny, right? Why is your quality like that? Is that normal? What? Oh my gosh. Listen. Shout out to Laura Mendoka. No, the quality is always top notch, so I don't know what you mean. Crispy clear here. See that? That's on you. Top 7 gainers of the day. GNX, XRP, ZKS. Oh yeah, ZKS. Did ZKS take a bit of a move? Someone was putting that out on the live stream the other day. ZK Tubes even. Oh, Riot. What is this? ZK USDT. No. Did ZK Tube do anything? Had a little bit of a pump. It's in a bit of a cup and handle now. Could kind of break out of the wedge on the 1 hour. Signs of life for ZK Tubes. ZK rollups, the Web 3.0 kind of run up. Might have a little bit of, just kind of like unique movement due to its own kind of like separatism to the market. But again, I'll be wary of it. Sam has 5 kids to feed. Man's trying to feed his kids, man. Crispy clear, boss. Thank you. Super chats, SURV, Raven. Let's take a look at SURV. Got kids to feed, man. Survival game online just coming out. Brand new game on KuCoin. This is where you find coins that just come out. This is how we got into Block. You might be looking at a Blocktopia right now at 119, Or we got into Naka, right? Around $1. We got into Gala around 5 cents. It went to 89 cents. This is how we did it. We would just track a brand new coin on the 5-minute. I'd watch it very, very closely. I'd pinpoint it, and I'd kind of track it. Now, the spread is slipping on this thing. I'd be very careful. What do I mean by that? Well, there's spaces in the candles. What does that mean? It means that the buyer and sellers on the order book are light, meaning there's not a lot of tight orders, right? I'm going to zoom heavy into this thing. Wow, this is crazy, right? This is crazy. Look at that. This could be the one, though. Let's bring that music up. Could this be the one? Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for sharing your likes with me and kicking it. We got 345 people watching. If you're watching on your phone, please flip away the comment section. Hit that like button. If you're driving in your car, pull on over for a second. Hit that like button. If you're like Farmer D out on the farm, pulling out stuff. He tells me he works on the farm, listens to me in the headphones. Come on, man. Wipe your hands. Pull out that phone. Hit that like button. If you're a mechanic, if you're working, pull out that phone. Wipe your hands. Hit that like button. If you're on your computer, hit that like button. Sometimes I'm on my computer. I'm watching. I forget. Come on, hit that like button. And if you're on your house on the TV, hit that like button. Let's get it moving. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So look, helps the algorithm move. Helps you save somebody else from getting wrecked. Okay? So they can learn what a cup and handle is, learn what a shoulder is, learn how to trade 3S, learn how to short the market if they need to. Hit the like button and save somebody else. Get good karma points. It's the best way to get good karma points, to do something for somebody else. Hit that like button because you help someone else find my channel. Then you help someone find a guy that works every single day tirelessly to teach people technical analysis. And then you say, hey, I did a good thing today. I helped someone find my buddy's channel and he looks like he's been doing the right thing. If you come here, that means you like me. If you like me, hit the like button. Just live your life the right way. If I watch a channel, I hit that like button, do the right thing. Thank you so much for doing the right thing, Cody F. You got to do it. You got to do it, man. So this is tight and this could break to the upside. I'll watch the 5-minute, has to come on back down. So let the 5-minute resonate, marinate back down here. 5-minute, 7-minute, really only time frames you can really use. So I'll put an alert here on the 7-minute. It tends to be the stronger positional. I've used the 7-minute when there's really not much to go on. 7 minute and the 5 minute, how you're going to trade this. I will look at it closely. Brand new coin on KuCoin. But, this thing could rock and wreck you. Like, it could have no liquidity, and then when the market dumps, this thing could be down here tomorrow. Remember this. It could be down here tomorrow. It could be up here tomorrow. High risk, high reward for a tiny coin like this on KuCoin. However, it does have market structure. I will try to play with the idea that this is possibly somewhat of a weird, like, low order book triangle. There's a little triangle there with a measured move to about 192. That's some big gains there, right? And then this is the bigger measure move, not guaranteeing that one. It's a little sketch. The little one, I think, is highly more probable, 60% gains. I'd wait for the alert to hit, but I'm watching this brand new coin on KuCoin. Brand new coin on KuCoin. I love to sink my teeth into some brand new meat on KuCoin. You know me. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ooh, and I'm going to have some lamb chop. I'm going to have leg of lamb tonight. Wow, new listing. I don't live in fear. I live in the charts. My man, you're back, dude. I love you, bro. You don't get it. I thought about you every night, and I got depressed when you didn't make these. So you're listening. You don't know how much I love y'all, man. I may make a mistake, but I'm connected. Like, thank you so much for that. You just made my whole day, bro. You have no idea, Greg. Thank you. I don't live in fear. I live in the charts, man. I love it. That's a great quote. Because it's like two opposite aspects, right? So we're looking at SURV here. Survival games online. It's creepy, right? But this could have some legs. And we're going to look at the smaller target there. And it has this order book that doesn't seem to be wanting giving up. Just watch it closely. Be very careful. Sometimes it's even hard to get an order on some of these. Be very, very careful. Thank you for putting on our radar, though. I appreciate it. Brand new coin on KuCoin. You just made my day, Greg. You have no idea. I thought about you every single day since that email. You have no idea. I have OCD. And I don't want anyone being upset. I felt horrible. Like, it got in my head, man. You got in my head pretty good. I have to be honest. Fidel, congrats. Grimace coin is just starting. Only 2 days old and already 3,048 holders. This is going to be a 20x minimum. Hey, could you send me that contract address, Philippe? I want to take a look at this thing. I heard it's gaining steam. It might be the next ZLDA for the crew. We're going to take a look at it. Let's take a look at Kusama. Kusama's starting to make a bit of a move here too as well. Let's take a look at Raven coin, one of my favorite coins. Patrick Byrne, he told you. I'm not even going to repeat it, but he told you the story. You can Google it. You can find it. He laid it down. So let's take a look at Raven coin right now in a bit of an ascending triangle. You can see it starting to form a beautiful pattern. This is a bilateral pattern known to go either way, but it is known in crypto to be a presentable, because people look at like a bull pennant and they do play it bullishly. This pattern can break out. Raven did get a halving. It should appreciate from the halving. That's what happens when coins get halvings. It's something that, bit of a cup with a handle there bouncing out. I'll readjust. You could say it fell out of the pattern, fell back in. It's holding pretty good levels here. So this is what I'm seeing here for Raven coin. 15-minute needs to reset. Look for it to probably come back down, bounce bottom trend line here. I'd say at about 6.4, 6.1, something like this. This is what I'm projecting with the technical. This is what the technical analysis is helping me project. Comes down here, makes a bounce, touches that 21-day moving average, makes a falling wedge on the 7-minute, fills out a falling wedge. You play that. That's a cup and handle on the 7-minute. You take the pole, bang, 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 right? So it's a mini cup and handle forming at the head of the triangle. Wait for the 7-minute. Take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is going to be your kind of go-to. Looks like it has momentum. It could be pushing up. Once that 15-minute re-switches, you could see some moves here. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hours pushing up, but it's getting high. It really needs to break above this resistance and this resistance for the 4 hour not to roll over completely. Maybe a little bit scalp on the 1 hour or two. There is some momentum here. If Raven can push out above here, I'd play the retest on 6.5. I'd wait for that retest to occur because it may just never make it, and it may actually consolidate a little longer in a triangle like this. And this could be what it needs to do. But either way, it is starting to show some bullishness with the halving. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. What does the daily suggest? Yeah, the daily's ready to rock and has been moving to the upside. Interesting. So the daily has momentum, but again, you are in a bit of a slump. You do need to make a higher high. Let me change this lower. You could say you're still in this bigger channel, though, that I have. Look, I've had this drawn for a long time. I didn't even know I had that one drawn as such. But it's hard when you do as much analysis as me because you do a lot of work on the 1 hour, a lot of work on the 15 minutes sometimes, but then you zoom on out. And that work's all in there. You can't even see all that work we just did. This says Raven coin all the way to 3.39 cents. If the market can play ball, if this consolidate, if Bitcoin can't drop this out of the pattern. If you see it below, 5 cents, it's likely we're kind of getting pretty bearish. So watch that 6.4 region and that 6 cent region for Raven coin. All right. Let's take a look at Phantom, my baby. Phantom holding 206, 209. The last time I looked at it, 207.98. Okay, Phantom USDT on Binance. I'll look at it on the KuCoin chart because that's where I trade it mostly. I trade everything on KuCoin now exclusively. Phantom USDT on the KuCoin. So check it out. That's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, is it not? I would watch out for that. Okay. However, I did see that. Look, the daily. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Again, they get negated. It doesn't mean it has to happen. Okay. So don't, I just got to point it out. All right. 1 hour is in a falling wedge, making lower highs. This is the downtrend. This is the same downtrend the weekly makes. You can learn the same stuff from these coins. This is a cup and handle forming here for Phantom. Strictly. Okay. This is the length of the move. Bang. Okay. Measured move would put us either at resistance at 275 or get us back to 3 beans. All right. What do I see on the 1 hour? For this to occur, the 4 hour would have to be in our favor and wanting to make a move for reversal back up. What do I see on the 1 hour? The 1 hour was getting overbought here. And it's probably going to come back down and we're going to bounce off 191, 189. We're getting a little high. Take a look at the 15 minute. Yeah, we're getting extended for Phantom right here. And we couldn't break previous highs, suggesting we do make a lower low for Phantom at about 191. However, if we could create a double bottom or a move there, we could see a nice push to the upside here with the 4 hour. So I'd be watching that 1 hour reset, but I'd have more of my faith in the bigger time frames in the 1 hour. Would suggest a push up out of this, even out of this smaller idea here. If we just take this smaller idea, 4 hours suggests you could at least, at the very least, get probably back up to the 268 region. Okay. So, and there's a lot of volatility lately. It's fun to trade these coins. Look, they're going up, down, up, down, up, down on the 15, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. There's a lot of opportunity to trade lately. This is one of the greatest times to trade. It's funny, leaving the group, worst thing you could do because this is you don't always get these opportunities. It's this is like back and forth tennis, And I always tell my students, use small amounts. Try doing all these things. Use 3S. Your first 3S trade, use $5. See what happens. I'm not a financial advisor, but use small amounts whenever you're trading. Whenever you're starting out, anything in life, whenever you're starting out, do it little by little. Don't go all in at once. It's not a good look. Sorry, Randy, just for future awareness. Lifer asked that no one post contract addresses. Which contract address did he do, though? Did he do the one that I needed? Because I needed Grimace token. So Fidel hit it up. There it is. Thank you, Fidel. I mean, Fidel's a mod. I guess he could do what he wants. Thanks, Fidel, though. I needed that. I just needed the contract address for Grimace, though, so I could go look for it. I don't want people posting contract addresses in the group. Out here, it's I mean, careful. I don't want it here, too, because you never know what it is. I just want to be careful of what's coming out on the show, BERKEY filters, talking about that, got it done. Right? Shout out to the world. We gave the world a shout out. TONIC we looked over. Amazing. 105% gains. We went over this cup and handle just a couple days ago. So if you're watching my channel, you would have wrote this down. Hey, I didn't take a shot on it, but you might have. You never know. And again, that's why I say I'm not a financial advisor, right? I didn't jump into this. They didn't pay me to talk about it. I don't know any one part of the project. We have fun on this channel. We're an organic group of people that love life, and we like looking over coins together. It's a fun thing that we do. If you want to do it with us today, come on in. We're here every single weekday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I kick it. I start the show, but everyone else keeps the energy moving, and we're all part of a big old happy family, and we love each other, and we're growing at the speed of light, and we're happy to be around each other. Look at this thing flying, absolutely flying, and it's just getting started so far. It's already made some pretty insane gains. Let's take a look at it. Apparently, it came from a tweet from McDonald's and Elon Musk. Yeah, it's already up 66,000%. It did a 60x. Can you believe that? I mean, I'm just like, a 600% would be a 6x. So it already did a 60x. Are you kidding me? Like $100 would be 600 of those. $6,000 right now if you had $100. No, is that wait 60? Yeah, it's a 60x. You have 60 more. Yeah, $100 would be $6,000 right now. $100 would be six. Let me say that again. $100 would be $6,000 right now. Grimace token on the 15-minute making moves. Getting extended on the 15. Signs of life, though, on the 1 hour. Not completely done yet. Ooh, look at this on the 1 hour. It broke out. Kind of retested. Broke out again. Damn, at the beginning, though, this one was the... Oof. I'm telling you, man, you never know. $300-400, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful in the micro cap space. These are micro cap gems. You can only buy these on like Pancake Swap and stuff like that. Like if you go find it, did they even tell you where you can get it if you go to Dex Guru Dex Screener there? Yeah, it's on Pancake Swap for Wrap BNB right there. So you would go over to Pancake Swap and make it very clear. No one I know has paid me to do this. This is just me having fun doing my thing. If I ever get paid to do something, I will tell each and every one of you right off the bat. I will say, hey, this is a sponsored video. This is being disclosed. This is not what's happening right now. I just want to make that very clear because there's a gray line and no one will know that. And it's up, you could say whatever you want, but I'm a curious dude. I want to know what's going on. I want to see what's going on here. Grimace, there it is, imported. Things starting to get some legs here. I personally may watch it on the 15, just throw like $100 in it and forget that I ever did. Maybe I come back to a couple grand, maybe I don't, you never know. Again, not a financial advisor. That's a gamble for me. There is gambling in life. That is gambling at that point, in my humble opinion, because you never know. That's not like getting into Solana and being able to research like the transactions per second. Completely different world that we're just entering in there. The world of Pancake Swap and PooCoin. And again, I teach a MetaMask course every single Friday. I only had one person in the course, so I ended up not doing it today. But every Friday, I will do it next Friday. The MetaMask course next Friday. Find out what I just did, how I got that contract address. I'm telling you right now, the money, the big money, or the insane money, some of them are coming from these tiny little gems that aren't even on KuCoin yet, aren't even on Binance, aren't on BolsaDex. You can't find these coins unless you know how to find them, you know how to deal with them. And you got to be careful, and you got to do it in a safe way. And in my humble opinion, I tripped on my feet for a year and lost a lot of money and fell around. It would have been a lot nicer if I had a course like this to show me my way and help me out. So I developed this course because I lost money and I had a hard time and I wanted other people to be able to get going fast. I also had to import networks. I had to do so many things, and it was all encompassing. I wanted to be there for everybody and have them know that bang, 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 they could get everything they needed. That's why I made this course. This course is from my heart and soul. It's only $125. It gives you a year of my entire experience in crypto. I talk about how I invested in Phantom and how I used the idea of what an ecosystem is. I dissect what the ecosystems are, transactions per second charged. Like, I break down so much more than just using MetaMask. Like, I teach you how to use and understand ecosystems. I teach you the forefronts of all the major chains, AVAX, Phantom, Matic. I teach you how to connect to every single one of them. I teach you how to bridge from multiple chains. If you want to go from Binance to Solana to blah, 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 you name it, I get you there. I show you how to go from Phantom to Matic, from Matic to One, from One to Avalanche, from Avalanche back to BNB. I will teach you how to become multifaceted in the multi-chain world before everybody else, and you will have an edge on the rest of the market. I'm telling you right now, this course is far worth $125. And again, it would be one-on-one with the lifer every single Friday from 1 to 3. I'll blow your mind. I'm telling you right now, it'll be an amazing course. Check it out. Check it out. I didn't advertise it enough this week. Going over the market so much, I didn't advertise it enough this week. I'm going to start running an ad on it because I believe it's just so important for people to see. And it's such an important class for people to understand. and it's where we're headed in finance. Like, you might as well start taking a bit interest in the future of finance. Like, it's time. You can't just say, oh, I don't want to know that anymore. You can't be ignorant to the future of finance. To me, that's just like that's just unacceptable behavior in life. Unacceptable. Like, oh yeah, someone else will take care of it for me. Okay, if that's how you want to do it, then you won't be in the top. You won't end up. You'll be in the house like over there. You won't be in the house overlooking the water. I'm telling you right now. You want the best in life. You want to achieve greatness. Okay? You're going to work for it. You're going to need to keep your eyes open, and you're going to have to stay open-minded and find the next big thing. Google people that became successful. They were always moving. They were competitive people that were always looking for an edge. I'm telling you right now. And there's a lot of us out there, and you want to get into that group. Lifer, you're my meta hero, man. Raven was my first alt. Raven was maybe one of my first alts, too. I remember trading it like years ago. So I'm with you on that. So I could see Phantom popping to the upside. It does have to hold that 192 level. And let's see if it can hold $2. But though, you know, we're very, very high here on the 1 hour and the 15-minute. They're coming to the downside. All you have to watch really now is the 15-minute. Just like Bitcoin, Phantom USDT will probably follow the odds of Bitcoin. And so what we're hoping for here is that this just forms a bit of a flag. And we get we touch this 21, and the 15-minute actually gets up a little bit. So when the 1 hour comes down, we do bounce off too. So the 15-minute could also save $2 in a way, because it could push us back up on a surge to 216. And then when the 1 hour kicks off, we could still bounce off of $2. So not a guarantee to 190 now. We'll see how the 15-minute plays out. That's going to give us our special sauce. That's how we're going to figure it out. We're going to put an alert here on the 15-minute on the Stochastics RSI. I'm one of the only people to ever put an alert on the Stochastics RSI. And bang. So as I got rid of this thing. Yeah. Phantom right there. So look, we're looking at this. This 15-minute flag has to play out. Let me zoom in for you and forget to zoom out. Don't 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 forget about it. 7. They say you say it 7 times and you can't forget it. Lose it from your short-term memory to your long-term memory 7 times. So how could I forget now? So we're going to watch this flag closely right here that I just made. Okay. And I know there's a lot. Let me just delete, even delete. We're just watching this flag here. Nice and simple. Keep it nice and simple, nice and smooth. The 21-day moving average has to interact with the price again for us to continue on up. That's how it works. This would also be considered a coupe de handle. A coupe de handle. This is also an inverted cup and shoulder that broke, inverted head and shoulder that broke to the upside, coming back to test the neckline. That would be the neckline. So all is well. All looks right. Maybe possibly for a 215. Phantom, or maybe even getting rejected here by the 200-day moving average at 210, 208, somewhere in this area. Could see a joining of the tides at that point. And yeah, so there's your Phantom in a bit of a nutshell. Okay. Let's take a look at MCO2. On Gemini, on Coinbase. Okay. Sorry, that doesn't mean to be done. So let's take a look at this puppy now. MCO2 on KuCoin. Almost did it. I got you there. I got you, right? I got it. So we take a look at this here. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you so much. Coming on 340 likes. Jeez Louise. Unbelievable. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. So MCO2 in a bit of a falling wedge to the downside. Does seem like it may want to break to the upside here. I'd be looking over that 4 hour to give me my big confirmation. 4 hour wants to move. Falling wedge. Ooh, I like what we're seeing here. Falling volume with falling price tells me we could have a reversal. See that? Falling volume with falling price. I mean, how can we keep getting sold off if we're losing that much volume? It's almost illogical. It doesn't seem like it could occur. The moving averages are getting tight. The 50 just crossed the 200. That's a golden cross. If this 1 hour can swoop back up and not continue down, this is a very good sign. Price actually wants to bounce back to the 21 as well. As much as it bounces down to the 21, it bounces up to the 21. This is something I see many, many times in my life. Let's take a look here. Bit of a death cross there on the 1 hour, but that's nothing. That happens a lot here and there. Don't take it as the biggest thing in the world. But right there we had one, and we had our fall down, a little bit of a fall down. We do We do seem to bounce off. We have resistance right here. We are bouncing off of the resistance at $8.13. Quite interesting. This breaks up. It could break all the way back up to about $16 to do 100% gains. The Y hour is spent right now, and kind of similar to Bitcoin and a lot of other coins. So you got to pray that you go sideways here and you don't dump on the 1 hour, but you could end up here. You could say this is a bit of a bear pennant. Could say this is a bit of a bear. Oh. Sorry. It's a bit of a bear pennant here. And the measured move is to the downside. All right. So I could see us getting to 691 before a big push to the upside. Not guaranteed at all, but just watch this 1 hour. You could get momentum there and you could get a push back up. Look at the 15-minute for more concise behavior. The smaller time frame you go into, the more of you're going to see the insight of what's happening. Trying to just... Interesting. I'm seeing some indecisiveness with this. It is forming higher lows on this lower time frame. It's in a tighter channel here. Very tight channel. Almost a descending triangle of sorts, though. Not perfect, but it's just it's a bearish pattern in my humble opinion, because you're not making higher lows as you oscillate on the 1 hour. So unless this 15-minute can break above this resistance right here at 858, I think it's highly likely you may see that 691 region. Okay. So I'd be careful on this one, right? I'd just be watchful. Again, not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and do your own charting. Okay. It's also high on the daily time frame. It could momentum up, but it's in the extension zone. But it came down as it went up. That's interesting. This is an interesting chart. I'll have to say the least. It's a bit of a funky chart. I got to give it to you. Shipping. Okay. This thing just got pounded to the ground. But you know what's funny is, what does this look a lot like? Tonic. Remember tectonic? Like tectonic. Look, this is breaking out already. I mean, this is starting to move. I have to be honest, I'm getting a ZLDA feel from this coin. Sad that I didn't get in yesterday. Had we got in yesterday when we looked at this channel, we'd be up 300. And that's the difference between getting in. Look, if you get in yesterday, you make 2 times your money. But you get in at the very beginning and ride that thing up. Oh, now it's only up 600%. I would have sworn it was up. Yeah, 1,500% gains. I must have went a little. Oh yeah, if you got the exact bottom, it's up 7,000. But who gets there? Most people got in here. All right, it's only up 5. It's only up a 6x right now. It's a chance you could get some love out of this one. Let's take a look at what I want to do. Is I'm going to do something interesting, right? We're going to duplicate this chart. We're going to go look at ZLDA, and we're going to see how it started, and we're going to see if there's any confirmation between the two. Okay? Not that this is guaranteed at all, too, but I got nothing else to go on these little coins, and it's worth it to kind of take a look. All right? So we're going to look at ZLDA, and I'm going to look back when it was up like 600% and see how much more gains you could have had before it really did what it had to do. Okay? This thing's down in the dumps. Don't worry about it. Don't even think about the project. I don't want you to at all. I'm not even like saying it's worth it. I just want to look at this initial movement here. So yeah, I mean, you could have figured like, oh, I missed out. It's already up 500%. And from the very lows, it was already up like 3,000%. So if that FOMO'd you out, not the best look, right? So, and this thing would continue and continue. And even if you had just jumped in here, you know, 2x right there. So, you know, from what I'm looking at, GRIMCE is starting to feel like a little bit of the next ZLDA. What does that mean? It means it's a piece of garbage. It means if I put any money into it and I end up with any money more, I'm going to sell the thing and throw it in the garbage. I'm never going to hold it long term. I'm not going to believe in it. It's not a project I'm going to care about. It's the closest thing to gambling when you're trading, and I don't even like to gamble. But I've seen this play out many times, and I am using technical analysis. Like that is a Bull pennant that's breaking to the upside, and I do see a target at $7.50, something 94 cents, $7.94, about $8. So GRIMCE is on my radar now. It's definitely on my radar. If it's having that type of, like, you know, personal energy pump, people are just talking about it. It's getting around. It came to me pretty fast. When it comes to the channel, it usually means it's getting popular. It's starting to move. We usually find out about them when they first come out, though. Then they start to grow. So many times we find out about coins. Usually we're finding out about down here. We missed out on this first channel, but someone might have brought it up. I heard about it half last night, even 4 or 5 hours ago. I was in the group, so I could have paid attention to that. But I was like, another one of those. And it kind of was like, you know. Let's get back into the chat and see what's going down. It's funny, my algorithm works from 10 to 12, and then it's like, nope, you're done. Look at the $19.90 from Lori Libtrot. Thank you so much, Lori. That's so nice of you to throw $20 super chat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for putting a tip in my jar. That's the nicest thing you could ever do. Very, very nice of you. $19.99 from Lori. So nice. Super chats, XRP, FCON, and HNT. Those are hot. All things that I want to go over. FCON, new coin on KuCoin. Let's take a look at it. Brand new coin on KuCoin, Space Falcon. Okay? And this, my friends, is a cup and handy. All right? This is low on the 1 hour. This looks like it's ready to rock out. Again, I just play the charts the way they're supposed to be played. I don't try to get too engaged with the emotional content of the idea. Now, you got two ideas. I believe this is coming back down to hit this support region right here. Make that bounce. Get a bit move on. The 15-minute does need to curl back to the downside for entry. The 1 hour still healthy on this. Came out. It needed the overall market to kind of subside a bit. This cup and handle breaks. Again, it's high risk, high reward. This could end up in the dumps. High risk, high reward. You never know. Be very, very careful with a brand new coin on KuCoin. Use a stop loss. Have a game plan. Only risk what you're willing to lose in a coin like this. This isn't Chainlink, right? This isn't like you don't know where this could go. And then you got to do your research. Let's take a look at FCON. Let's take a look at the market cap. Let's take a look at what we're seeing for it. Let's break it down. FCON. Space Falcon. It's got a $11 million market cap. Okay? It's on Solana, which is interesting. Let's take a look at their website and see what it does. See how it goes. I like it already. I like the colors. These are the colors of the cryptosphere. It's the it's the purpley, you know. Space Falcon. I already like what's going on here right off the bat. Like, I want that ship. They're FOMOing me in right now. I want to get in it and fly it around. This is pretty cool. You get it on KuCoin, Radium, and Gate.io. I like those three choices. Great places to get yourself started in crypto. Unbelievable. Solana, Metaplex, and Radium, right? 103,000 followers on Twitter. Are you out of your mind? That's crazy. 123 followers. That's some of the biggest I've ever seen. 5,000. Wow. This thing is moving. Let's take a look at their marketing. I want to see how they do marketing. I want to press play on their video. Take it to the top. I want to see how they do. I've never heard about them. This is their first impression of a video for you to see. Let's see how they do. Let's be critical. I like the suspense. I like they're already showing a cool NFT room that I'm getting excited. That would be like your control center where you'd be like sitting there like... This is already getting pretty cool. I'll give it to them. This is sick. This is insanity. They did a good job. I mean, this is like... Everyone wants to be in that thing. Like, I want to be in the spacesuit in the metaverse. Like, this is what's going to feel like when you're in the metaverse. Wow. Wow, they zoomed out and then the thing came. Yo, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this, guys and girls, ladies and gents. Lifers. Lifers, this is hot. Great editing, great video, one of the best I've seen. I'm hyped for this project. This is dope. Yo, I'm usually not that nice when I watch a video. Usually never am I that nice when I watch a video. I'm usually like, not happening. That was pretty impressive. Put a thumbs up. Are you all with me on that? Was that insanity or not? Do you guys like that? Put a one in the comment section if you think that was hot. Wow. That's sick. Space Falcon. Community is rising. Unbelievable. It's only 004351. You might want to write this down at $11.9 million market cap. Again, anything is possible. Be very careful. It could go to nowhere. It could be complete speculation. That's why I'm not a financial advisor. You got to do your own due diligence before getting into any trade, project, or coin. But, we do the TA on the thing, and, it was interesting. Interesting to say the least. And it's already on KuCoin. This is pretty spicy, I have to say. This is also possibly a shoulder, a head. I have seen this in my lifetime, even though it's crazy. Watch this. I've seen this play out as a shoulder, a giant head, and a shoulder, and break to the upside. So there's a chance that this thing is showing some signs of life. Also, if I kind of do this, I never realized it's also in a bigger channel that does kind of want to continue down. Maybe it consolidates further into that head of that triangle and blasts back to the upside. I got two scenarios possibly watching this thing. Falcon. Wow. And it could go all the way up to 117% gains. That's kind of the bigger possibility. And then there's some smaller targets at play. This is on KuCoin. I'm waiting for the alert to hit on the 15 and come on down. And wow. Yeah. That's interesting. I couldn't do Star Atlas. This is the next choice. Hey, yeah, if you missed out on Star Atlas, then maybe you get on Space Falcon. Right? FCON, baby. FCON. FCON. Brand new coin on KuCoin. All right? Mittens, follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate that. This dude is literally hanging by a bed sheet, some Ace Hardware rope attached to a bicycle with a box fan soaring above the clouds. Like he made it, right? He made, like, yeah. Yo, it's crazy, right? But follow me at CryptoLifer33, 4,075 followers. Thank you so much for the love. The character of the owners determines the destiny of the asset, and it does every single time. Yeah, like, I just don't understand. Whatever. I have a media people that are supposed to be posting here every day. I don't know what's going on. Every day we got to be seeing news here on the Twitter feed. I don't see it, so I don't know what's going on. Gonna have to go talk to the team. Let's take a look down here. Anyone jumping in? It's already up 11,786%. It's like, yo. And we take a look at FCON too, another new coin. FCON, another new one on the kook. Do your own due diligence, do your research, take a look. But if you come to the channel every day, you're going to find out the amazing information. Let's take a look at XRP and HNT. And keep sending those super chats if you got them. We'll keep going over them. We got them for you. I was a little late today, so I'll keep it kicking for a little while longer than I normally do. XRP is following Bitcoin. As you can see, look, shoulder, head, and shoulder, following Bitcoin. Bit of a nutshell. All a bit of the same. This is a bit of a bull pennant, kind of falling wedge that does want to break to the upside. 15-minute could come on down. Could see XRP bouncing off 59 cents one more time, 58 cents, maybe coming down a little lower. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is pushing up to the upside. It is overbought, though, and getting there. And the 50 minutes rolling over on you. I think you're going to roll over one more time before you can get on out of here. Something like this. You better hope the 4 hours in your favor. I bet it is. It is. It's a good sign. This is a cup and handle. So far, you know, when I break it down, this is a cup and handle. You know, I talked to my buddy Jordan last night. I grew up with my buddy Jordan. He's from LA. His dad actually produced Ally McBeal, if you can believe it. He created that show, or helped create that show, put it together, kind of got Krista Flockhart in the spotlight. My dad's friend did that. My friend's dad did that. But the cool thing, it's not a huge deal, whatever. I mean, that's just what his dad does for a living. Produces TV and in Los Angeles. But my buddy, enough about my buddy. He's a drug counselor for kids that are lost, you know, people that are struggling with substance abuse. And he uses like meditation, you know, wholeness, and you know, I'm not going to go in depth to his practice because I can't speak on everything he does. And his mom died, you know, a few years back. Feels like forever ago. Feels like yesterday. I don't know. His mom died. She was the sweetest woman in the world. I met him when I was like 10 or 11 years old. We were in a camp together, and I would hang out with him and his mom all the time. Got very attached to his family. Spent a lot of my childhood with him, my first upcoming years. And when she passed, it hurt a lot, you know. And listen to this, though. Last year, 3 years ago now, he's walking across the street. He gets hit by a car like you wouldn't believe. He gets just like, bang, hit by a car. Like, literally, he's had surgeries. His back is ruined. He can't sleep. It's been 3 years. He can barely sleep through the night. His shoulders are twisted. His vertebrae are like, my buddy is going, and he called me last night. We talked till like 2 in the morning. Another reason why I'm really tired. I talked to him until 2 in the morning. He called me. I didn't really realize what time it was when he called me. It might have been 11. We talked till like 2 a.m. And, you know, I was telling him I just feel so much gratitude for my life. And he said, you know, my mom, when I was little, I told my mom, because he was wondering, like, everyone prays in a different language. Like, how does God know what the best prayer is? And so he said, when he was little, he's like, Mom, like, you know, what do you know if you don't know how to speak English? Like, what do you say? Like, or like, you know, and he just kind of asked his mom, like, what she thought. And you know what she said to him? She was like, if you can only say, if you're going to pray and you can make this most simplest prayer, she said, say these 2 words, thank you. She said, but say them from the bottom of your heart, like from the essence of your existence. Just like, and honestly, that's what prayer is when you're in a state of complete gratitude for your life. And you realize that the state you're in is just an amazing state to be in. And you just realize there's nowhere else you'd rather be at that one moment in time. Like, you don't want to leave. You don't want to be away. You don't want to drink alcohol to leave this. You want to feel it. You want to be in it. You want to exist in your frame. You want to love every moment in time. And like, you know, I told him I was going to bring him up on the channel today because we're going to get him up and running. He's going to get up and running, but he's going to get back into what he does once he gets his body back to square one. And, you know, he's fighting every day. And I love you, Jordy, man. I love you, Jordy. And if everyone can say a prayer for my buddy, man, he got hit by that car and his life has never been the same. He was one of my best friends since I was a kid. And like, seeing him go through this struggle is tough. Like, seeing him go through this struggle is so tough for me. So send a prayer out for Jordan. Moment of silence for my buddy Jordan, man. We love you, Jordan, and I hope the best recovery for you and the greatest. And know what he keeps saying? He says, you know, when I get through this pain, I'm going to be such an enlightened person. Like, he knows that the pain is going to enlighten him. He knows what he's going through, you know. Prayer. I walk and put prayer in images and scroll while walking and hiking. Prayers for healing, Jordan. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I need to pray more. Tanner Golf, hey lifer, one of my long-term friends fully believes that XRP is going to be the new world currency when SEC settles the case. That XRP will go public and it will be adopted by the banks. What do you think? I mean, I have 10,000 XRP because I'm not sure, and that could be the case. And I'm somewhat, you know, but I'm a half believer in that theory. I believe they're going to peg it to gold or something. They're going to peg XRP to the price. I don't know what's going to happen. But they're going to make a new cryptocurrency. They're going to peg it to the price of gold because then they're going to be able to control the gold ratio. And they're still going to be able to control the price of the crypto, see? They want you to think pegging things to gold is a good idea. I found out last week that it was a bad idea. And I know you're going to look at me and be like, he's a gold bug and he's just said not pegged to gold. You need your gold standard. No, you just need your own form of money. There was colonial script. It was great. You don't need to be attached to the gold standard. That's how they get you, because they control the gold supply. And if they control the gold supply, they control the amount of money your money's worth. I just gave you a gem, my friends. I just gave you a gem. I had a car accident 20 years ago and spent a month in a wheelchair. When you get through that pain, you come out appreciating life more. Thanks, Deborah. I'll check it out later on. Shout out to Debbie. Yeah, Bolsadex is a great place. Check out Bolsadex. Thanks for your appreciated ATB show. Always teaching us something. You're really spreading the love for crypto. Robo, thank you so much for saying that. That's so nice of you. Let's take a look at H&T. So I do see XRP doing numbers here. 4 hour wants to push to the upside. Let's see what the lowest low we can get down on the... Let's just not break this low here at 59. If I see a bounce at 59, I'm going to take a long on XRP just for a swing trade. It's looking like it wants to boom on the 4 hour. Signs of life here. Nice cup and handle. This is and you get the double bottom here. I've seen this exact idea play out many times. So, you know, triple bottom there, right there. Shoulder head into shoulder 2. Maybe you can push up and come bounce. So you got 2 scenarios. You don't break this in the 15, you have to come and bounce. You do break it, you come and bounce there. That would be my open. That would be my open with a flip to the 15 and an alert system to be more exact. Bing. Let's take a look at H&T. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and being a part of the live stream. I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Let's take a look at H&T and a beautiful flag here. And this is hot to trot right now. This is a coin that defies gravity. This is a coin that likes to get love, baby. This is a coin that does its own thing. Because you have a lot of people that buy these miners and they're making this, it's a decentralized web Wi-Fi that they're connecting all around. I got a guy in my thing, Bobby, he's on point. And that's another thing about my channel. You can join my group and we got H&T guys ready to hook you up. They're going to show you exactly what the web is, how to figure out the web. If you want to learn how to mine something, we got miners. If you want to, whatever you want to do, whatever you're into, whatever you're trying to get down with, we got something in my group that can help you out. Are you trying to figure out a bot? Do you want to do this or that? Whatever you're trying to do, we got someone in the group ready to help you out, ready to break it down, ready to show you the possible ways in and out, okay? So there's H&T possibly going all the way up here to 156% gains. H&T, if you can break on out of this, that gives H&T back up to a new all-time high of 67. Let's take a look at the daily chart. And it's in a bit of an emerging cup and handle. We call it a heavy emerging cup and handle. Heavy emergence there. Does need to break back up to the upside. I'm going to pull a fib too as well from the main bot. No, from maybe right here. That's going to be my positional strength. Okay, we did come here to the golden pocket, fell on through. So let me extend it. I will extend this all the way down to impulse. Impulse to beginning. Okay, that is the 618 Fibonacci level. Look at that. I mean, uncannily. So we've got the falling wedge into the 618. Let me clarify this now. That's the white line. I keep it white so I can see it. That's my 618 Fibonacci level. Then the 706 is the known retracement of institutions. They like using it. They came into that pocket. They're sitting above the golden pocket, pounced off the 618, and now they're right above the 618. So this came and did the bounce. It did the Fibonacci exact ideal bounce, just like it did there. If you pull a fib here from there to there, that's the 618. Let me teach you. See? 618. You just start feeling it. You can feel a 40%, you can feel a 60% retracement, and you can kind of, if this was there to there, then that's the 60%. So interesting, H&T, not only is it on the 618 Fibonacci retracement in the golden pocket bounce, but it also showing signs of life. So the next time it rolls over, which is it about to on the daily, and it's got a little more momentum. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hours about to rock. And so is the 1 hour, right? Bit of a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. You see that? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Possible idea there. Don't want to negate it. Just want to make sure I'm clear. But it's a bull rectangle. It's oversold on the 1 hour, and it's oversold in the 4 hour. To me, that's a bull pennant, and it looks a lot like XRP did, but XRP was just in a more bull pennant. But they both have the double bottom top with the sideways action. I could see them breaking some moves here. H&T on the radar as well. And honestly, if I were to enter this trade, it would be pretty close to now. This is very close. H&T looking lovely. And I believe you can get H&T on Binance. I believe you can also get it on KuCoin. I don't want to misspeak, though, but I believe you can. I'll take a check right now for you and make sure I'm not spewing false data. It is there on Helium, on KuCoin as well, and it's looking just as sweet. I'm so OCD, I'm going to do the chart again. Look at this. I'm just so OCD. 38 is the same. I mean, and it would crush that. That would get back to resistance. Then you make your support and resistance lines. That's a 3.31 risk-reward ratio. I like what I'm seeing for HNT. The probability of my system are telling me that that's a highly likely play to the upside. Might even call it the, you never know. And if you open up a KuCoin, use my link. It helps the channel. Helps the channel greatly. I greatly appreciate that. So HNT looking nice to me. XRP looking nice to me. HNT looking very close, though. Very close. Okay. Bobby Armack. You may not be able to do crypto purchases with fiat. Wifer keeping tabs. Yeah. I don't listen, man. 3x coins on KuCoin are the shizzle. I'm all good with Coinbase. Stack McChange. The stream is incredible. The announcer broadcasting voice is really working. Shout out to Fingbook, man. Thank you. Shout out to all the hard times. One step at a time. Stay consistent. Be different. I love you, brother. Bitcoin also almost cooked in the 15. Yeah, you're going to see a pullback. We already went over that. NASA, no go. Your IP address indicates that you're attempting to access our services from restricted accounting, as per our terms of use. You need a VPN for Pulsar. I know that. Algo is my favorite. Oh, use Algo. That's a good idea. Transfer Algo from Coinbase to KuCoin, then sell it on KuCoin for USD. There you go. It's a good idea. Thank you. Keep it up. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We went over a bunch of different things. My students and me and my trading group, we keep it going throughout the day now. We're going to look at some of the newest coins coming out. We're going to look at all different things on KuCoin. I'm going to keep them updated on Bitcoin. We're going to trade 3S or 3 short. We're going to take money out of the market no matter what. We're going to teach you how to become a successful trader so you can become independent, become financially free, and make a second income. Find another way to add more money to your life. Maybe go on a vacation, do something with your kids, put your kids to private school, have a goal in mind. Maybe you want to buy a house in Florida. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to do something different with your life. Maybe you don't want to go to the same office every single day. Maybe you just want to say, hey, I'm done. I did it for 20 years. I want to do something different. Maybe it's time for you to move on. Maybe you want to jump on and become a lifer and change your life. Become a lifer. Change your life. I'm telling you right now, I'm here 24/7. I'm not going anywhere, baby. I'm waiting for each and every one of you to sign up and change your lives. I already changed my life. Now I want to change yours. Shout out to everyone here. Thank you for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the super chats. 376 likes. Unbelievable. 300 people watching. We had over 300 people watching on the live stream. We're starting to crack 300 solidly. Today was a great day for the algorithm. Good chat rate, everything else. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Remember, tomorrow is not a morning stream. Tomorrow is a night stream. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you, my friends, are already doing the right thing. Wake up every day motivated. Wake up every day to take your life by storm. You are the creator of your reality. You are the one that's going to change. You are the one that can make it. Be the change you want to see. My sister used to say, be the change you want to see. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Start working out. It will create endorphins. It'll help you through your depression. If you're depressed, work out. The actual physical movement of working out will get you out of your depression so I can break through your mental depression for you. If you got ADHD and lack of focus, start drinking lemon water. Start clearing your diet. Your diet will help you not be so distracted. All the things that you're eating and doing in your body are actually the reason why you are losing focus. Cut out all the fats and, not fat, but cut out all the garbage. Are you eating fast food? Are you eating things you shouldn't be eating? Do you know in your heart your diet is not good for you? Then cut it out. Start eating vegetables. Start eating a nice piece of fish here and there. Lean meat if you can. Again, if you're not, whatever you want to do, that's what I do. Drink water, lemon water. Keep yourself alkaline. Keep yourself empowered. Then you got to work out. Working out gives the endorphins and the adrenaline and keeps your mind and body one. Then you got to pray and believe in something. You got to have a number one feeling inside. You got to find nature. And then, my friends, and then you clear out all the negative space and you begin to build in yourself, and there's nobody that's going to stop you but you. Do not apologize for being great. Never apologize for your greatness. Never once. And remember, everybody loves you and everybody knows and everybody wants the best for you. But nobody, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me here. Listen to me. Nobody knows what you're truly capable of. Nobody knows what you're truly capable of but you, my friends. But you. You're the only one that knows how great you really are going to be. I had it inside of me, and I knew. Everyone else around me was like, I knew. So I just need to leave you all with these feelings and thoughts of you can, you will, you are, you can, you will, you are. You can, you will, you are. You are strong, you are powerful, you are great. This life is wonderful. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Lifers for life, baby. Crypto is life, but man, we're the lifers, baby. We take this life and we get everything we can out of it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for every